Hey y'all. Hey, what's up, my people? I'm doing a mukbang. I'm doing a mukbang with like 3 ounces of food. Hey, what's up, Nep? What's up? Just taking me a little breakfast break in the office. Doing my paperwork. Hey, hey, DM Lynn, Paige, Shirley Alexander. Just having me a little something to eat. Hey, Janice, Young Ray, Raina. What's up, JD? Reina, what's up? Buenos dias, Reina. ¿Qué andas haciendo? Hey, UNC girl. You know I had to catch the bus. I had to catch the bus to work this morning because I have to get my alternator fixed. So I have to get a mechanic today or tomorrow. Um, I thought it was my battery. Hey, Bougie. I'm eating a turkey bacon with egg and cheese. I stopped eating red meat um, last year. You would have called out. You know what? But for me to work today, I'm getting paid double to work. So, I said I'd make it in. And I catch on. The funny thing is, I catch only one bus that brings me close to my job, and I catch the train. So it's probably like about 40 minutes. 40 minutes to get to work on the bus and train. Thank you, Taylor. Purple Power. It's time to trade in that Lexus. Not yet. I'm gonna keep it for another year and a half or two, and I'm gonna get me a Jeep Wrangler hardtop 4 door. You cooking tonight, Young Ray? Okay, double time. You better DM exactly. And have y'all ever tried this? It's like a water. I get it at Walmart. Hey, Aston Martin. I noticed Tracy was up all morning. I woke up this morning. I was like, "Are you kidding me? This girl is up and it's like 4, 5 o'clock." Hey, Kathy G. What's up, Joy Love? Okay, Rebel without a cause. I knew somebody would catch it. Oh, do they pay pretty more attention? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I was like, she really trying to make this birthday money. She's trying to milk it for all it's worth before they get this check. That's what it calls. Yes, Joyce. Rebel with a cause. Correction. Yes. Yes. JD, she is at war. It's weird. I was listening to QB. Baby, I fell out of my bed when I heard QB going in on Miss Olivia. But he was well in his rights. Mm-hmm. You just watched this video? Yeah. You know what? The funny thing is, um, that I see everything that QB was saying. Because he was true. It was true. I'm eating a turkey bacon with egg and cheese. Um, I appreciate everyone giving me the thoughts of condolences. You know what? I didn't want to tell everyone that my mother had passed away. Um, it was hard for me to deal with it. My mother, um, we buried her October the 2nd, and I didn't want to share it. I shared it with one other person. I didn't even tell Brother Jay that my mother passed. My grandmother passed away in August, and that was my father's mother, the grandmother that I told y'all all about. That she was my biggest cheerleader. She loved me just with every ounce of her being. And my mother, it was very sudden. It caught us all off guard when my mother passed away. And on a gentleman's panel, you may have noticed I was a little bit detached at times, and it's still, I didn't want to share it with everyone, but it's part of who I am and it's what I'm dealing with, so I'm not embarrassed to talk about it. And I'm still dealing with coming to terms with a lot of things. It's not going to be anytime soon. Um, I have talked to a therapist as well, and I didn't want to tell anyone about it also because I didn't want anyone trying to think that I was doing like a money grab, because I didn't want any money. Let me say this again. I didn't want anyone paying me anything, or trying to say this is for burying your mother. We paid for my mother's burial because my mother, like a lot of older black people, they don't take care of what they need to. So me and my siblings got together and paid for her burial, and we're good. Let me say that we're good. But um, it was just dealing with that. You know, my grandmother on my father's side, she passed away the end of August. My birthday was in September, and then my mother passed away in October. And the crazy thing is, my mother and my father have not been together since I was a little boy. My stepfather was the father figure in my life. Um, but my mother and my grandmother that passed away were really close. They stayed in the same neighborhood. They would visit each other. Um, and my mother was one of those mothers that she would always, even when I felt like I wasn't good enough, or I felt like I wasn't, you know, you had insecurities about how you look. And my mother always, and my grandmother would say, just tell me how I look. And they would always just make me blush, right? Just all the time. Um, and it was really hard. I saw a lot of family I hadn't seen before. My family has a cemetery. We have a cemetery that all my family's buried in, and it goes back to like my great great grandparents. It's probably like about 300 people buried there that's in my family. But it was good seeing people that I hadn't seen in many years and meeting new family members. But I wish it was just under different circumstances. Um, and my mother knew who I was before I knew who I was, and she never made me feel less than. She would always be like, when I wasn't even telling her I was gay, my mother would be like, she'd say like, Michael called. She's like, Michael called you, and I was like, oh, okay, why are you saying it like that? But she knew then, and it was just friends that were calling, but she never made me feel uh, like I should be embarrassed about who I was. And my grandmother would always be like, look at my baby, fine. Now this is my dad's mother would say, "Look at my fine grandbaby. You better not let those men don't give up your goods to those black Negroes." And we would both laugh because my grandmother brother was gay. Um, so she said she would never make an issue about any of her grandchildren's sexuality or her children. Um, so those were two major people in my life, um, that I definitely, it's gonna be hard going through the holidays this year. Really, Neptarian. Yeah, and baby, my mother would go. She was a fishing woman. She would go fish. She would go crab, and she barbecued anytime. It could be thundering, raining outside. My mother would pull the barbecue pit under the carport, and she would barbecue. I hated barbecue for a while because we barbecued so much when I was a kid. Hey Shay. Hey Monica. Yeah, that's true. The Pretty Mortician. Um, but it was just really. That's why I opted to work all these days, kind of to put my mind somewhere else. My brother's in New Orleans. My friends are in New Orleans. My sister's cooking for Thanksgiving, and she wants me to come by. My sister stays on the other side of town, and I'm gonna drive over there to see my nephews and her and my brother-in-law. Hey, the Wonder Woman, April. Hey, really, Sandra? Thank you, Purple Lady, for coming through. Um, but I didn't want to. People may look and they see me doing my parodies and stuff, and me doing the parodies was cathartic. It was definitely a way of me, and it was a form of escapism. You get what I'm saying? Just to do that and to laugh, because a lot of times I would be crying or just like I could see something or hear a song, and just it would send me through. I have to make myself start eating again. Because you don't have an appetite. You're not really hungry when you're grieving. So I wouldn't eat little bites of food here and there. So I just had to say, just make myself start eating more. But hold on, y'all. I need to change. My phone is dying.